Hey there, Gavin here from Acupuncture Grove Clinic. Today, in this video, I wanted to share with you some of my top favorite point recommendations for support through anxiety and depression. So whenever we're dealing with mental health issues, it's always really important that if you haven't already, that you reach out and talk to someone or reach out for support in some way, because it's really hard to get that perspective on yourself. So these points in this video is not intended to be a replacement for any kind of medical or professional support or treatment. So just make sure that you're ticking those boxes and taking care of yourself. These points that I want to share with you today are additional tools to your toolkit of self-care, things that you can turn to maybe help you feel better, relieve some symptoms, but it's always best where possible to work with someone. So even when we're looking at like acupuncture or acupressure, I can give you these recommendations and they're good general points, but for a more tailored, specific treatment for you and your situation, you'd ideally be working with myself one-on-one or with another Chinese medicine practitioner who can really tailor the treatment to you and also tailor the self-care advice. But having said that, please do watch this video, check out these points, give them a try, and also incorporate them with a little bit of consistency to give them a proper try to see if they actually help you out, and hopefully you find some value from what I present here today in this video. So what I want to do is run through 6 points in total, 3 points to help support anxiety, and 3 points to help support depression. Now, they aren't hard and fast rules, so feel free to learn all these points and play around with them and see what helps you. Maybe you want to work through the whole 6, and at the end, I'll run you through like a sample routine that you can follow to work through these points yourself. Yeah, just play around with them, make them your own, and see if they help. So let's dive in. Okay, so anxiety point number 1 in Chinese is called Ne Guan, which translates roughly to inner gate. If you're following along with point numbers, it's on the pericardium channel, point number 6, so PC6 for shorthand. So how we're going to find it, it's on the inside of the wrist here, and it's between the 2 tendons that you'll find here. Now, some people have don't have like a particularly big space there. The tendons are quite close together, but you're looking roughly for a point somewhere in the middle between those tendons, and it should be roughly 2 of your finger widths, 2 to 3 of your finger widths down from the wrist crease. And what you're looking for is maybe like a little bit of more of a hollow in that area. So for me, it's about there. And what you're going to do to stimulate that point is essentially just press that, maybe with a little bit of movement, massage that. And while you're pressing this one's good for helping open up the chest, for calming the mind. A lot of people will actually recommend and use this for nausea as well. So if that's part of what's going on for you, this can be a really helpful one. But essentially, we just want to sit with a little bit of pressure on this one. You might feel like when I really push in, I can feel like a little bit of a dull, achy, heavy kind of feeling. You don't want to hurt yourself with it, but you do want to feel a little bit of the pressure there. And you would just sit with this one, and this one would be good to combine with maybe some breathing, some maybe like box breathing or some kind of relaxed diaphragmic breathing, anything to help kind of just bring things down. So that's a good one, and you can do it on both sides. If you find one side's a little bit more tender, that's a good side to spend a little bit more time on. So that's the first point. So point number 2 for anxiety is called yin tongue, which translates roughly to like impression hall. It's an extra point, but it is along the du channel, the midline. And this point falls kind of like where you would think your third eye to be. So kind of between the eyebrows, just right in the middle of the forehead there. There's like a slight little depression. If you come up from the bridge of the nose, you kind of fall into like a little bit of depression here. And so this one, with the proximity proximity of being close to the brain is a really good one for helping wind down that mental chatter and help relax the mind. So this one's good. I mean, you can massage with your finger like that. You can, if you wanted like a stronger kind of feeling, sometimes I'll use my bent knuckle here to sort of get into a point like that. Or you can simply just kind of like tap on the point as well. That's also a valid way of stimulating that point. Again, you can do this, stimulating this point with some relaxed breathing, and see if that helps kind of just wind down and settle the mind. Anxiety point number 3 is called Yongquan, or which translates to bubbling spring. It's on the kidney channel, and it's the first point. It's on the sole of the foot. If my hand was my foot, and this is the ball of my foot, it's just going to be just below the ball, kind of like right in that. There's like a little bit of a hollow in the foot there, just below the ball, and this is a great point to bring down and descend. In anxiety, we tend to have a lot of energy that comes up to the head, and it's like aggravating the mind. There's a lot of activity here, and so what we want to do is actually bring things down in the body. And so this is a great anchoring point. Doing points in the feet is fantastic for bringing things out of the head and into the feet. And so you can obviously sit down, get your foot, massage this one. You could also just very simply get a tennis ball or some kind of ball or something, put it on the floor and just roll your foot onto that and get into that spot that way. That's another great way of stimulating this point. You can also get to this point, like a great way to work on it is to do a regular foot soak. So getting like a nice warm hot tub of water, maybe adding some Epsom salts or magnesium flakes. There are like Chinese herbs or essential oils that you can add to it to spice things up, but essentially just soaking your feet in some warm water also helps to stimulate those points and all the other points on the feet to bring down and descend things out of the head and settle the mind. So that's a really great one. Okay, so on to the points for depression. Now, the first point is a point on the very top of the head. It's called Bai Hui in Chinese, which translates to like 100 convergences, because it's where a lot of things are converging and meeting up at the top of the head. It's on the Du channel, which runs along the midline of the back and over the top of the head. And how you locate it is it's kind of right in the middle of the top of the head. How we're taught to locate it in school is to fold an ear forward, and where it makes like a little point, follow that right up to the top. But use that as a guide and then sort of have a little press around backwards, forwards. You'll tend to find a point that's a little bit more like tender, maybe even a little bit squishy. And that's the point that you're going to want to stimulate for this one. And this one's great for if we've got a little bit of like a low mood, low energy, things have kind of like sunk down in the body. This is good to help bring things up. It also is used to clear the mind and open up the senses a little bit more. So this one's a great kind of like enlivening kind of point. You can also, this one's also good for descending too much in the head. So it's kind of like a regulating point for that upwards and downwards movement that's happening within the body. So you can also use it in situations of there's too much mental chatter and you're trying to sort of clear the mind a little bit. But it is particularly good for helping bring up the energy and clearing the mind. So right on the top of the head, again, you can just massage with your fingertips. You can use your knuckle to get like a stronger stimulation there, or you can just simply like tap it. Whatever feels most comfortable for you. Second point for depression is a point on the foot. It's called Tai Chong, or Great Rushing. It's on the liver channel and it's point number 3. And so if my hand was the top of my foot, And if this was my big toe and this is my second toe, it's in this kind of area here, and you can check that out in the little image that I've got to see that as well. And so this point is great for when there's like sort of tension, restriction, stagnation within the body. The body's feeling like tight and restricted, which often happens when we're sort of depressed. Our body tightens up. And this one is really good for helping open up those sort of communication pathways within the body, helping relax tension within the muscles. Use that one to help kind of like open things up and get things flowing again in the body. And finally, point number 3 for depression is called Schürze, or marsh at the bend, and it's a point on the inside of the elbow. It's on the lung channel, and it's point number 5. So how you locate it is you sort of come up the arm, sort of following from where the thumb is, come up along, and it's just around here on the just next to where if you sort of tense your bicep, you can feel the tendons pop up, and it's just on the outside of the tendons there. And you'll find like this spot will tend to be quite tender or sensitive. And so this is where you're going to massage, a little bit of pressure in, and this one's great for combining with some relaxed breathing, because being on the lung channel, this point is really great for opening up the respiration. In cases of depression, often our breathing is also depressed. We're maybe shallow breathing or like holding our breath even. There's a lot of tension around the chest. And so this one is great for helping to start open up the diaphragm, open up that breathing mechanism. And that really helps to open up the flow and circulation within the body. And it starts working on the mind. Our breath is a great bridge between tapping into that more intangible aspect of calming the mind or regulating the nervous system. It's something that we have conscious control over. So this is a great one to work with, and a great thing to work with the breath when we're massaging these points as well. All right, here we are with a little sample sequence to work through these 6 points. This is a great little routine that you could do before bed to help wind down. What we're going to do is work through the points from the head to the feet. And the idea of that is to help bring down that sort of activity, that mental activity, and that maybe tension that we sort of build up in the upper part of the body, and sort of bring that down into the feet to settle the mind, relax the body, and prepare for more rest. Now, obviously, you don't have to use every single point. Just have a play around with this and make it your own. So while we're doing this, you also want to just focus on relaxing. So nice, relaxed breathing. Maybe close your eyes, be in like a dimly lit sort of environment. Maybe put on some relaxing music. Whatever sort of sets the mood and helps you feel good about it. So let's start with working on yin tongue, the point between the eyebrows. Again, you can massage with your fingertips. You could just gently tap. You could use your knuckle for stronger stimulation, just whatever suits you and whatever feels best. So we're going to start here. And then while we're massaging this point, we're just going to bring our awareness to our mind activity and what's happening there. So just bringing our awareness to what kind of thoughts are popping up, and just as they pop up, we're just trying to let them come and let them go. Just let them pass. We're really just trying to bring our awareness to what's happening here and now, and letting go of any thoughts of the future or any thoughts of the past, and just really bringing ourselves into the moment. And then same as we switch to Bai Hui, the point on the very top of the head, just paying attention to that mental activity and just trying to sort of bring things down and calm things down in the mind. Now, once we've finished working on those, least 30 to 60 seconds on each point. You could do longer if you like. You could do multiple rounds. We're going to come to the arms. Starting with chutsu, the point at the elbow. Being on the lung channel, this point is good for helping open up our breathing. And so just paying attention to your breath. Do you feel it's restricted anywhere? Does it feel like it starts to deepen as we bring some awareness to this and massage this point? Does it feel like it opens up? We just want to start to, relax the breathing and open things up there. Once we've worked on those points on each side, we're going to come to neiguan, the point at the wrist in between the tendons. And while we're working on that one, we're just going to bring our awareness to any tension that we might be holding in the chest, shoulders, upper back area. We tend to hold a lot of tension here, and this will really sort of increase our stress response, our anxiety, our tension in the body. And so this is a really important area to help open up and relax, to help the mind settle down. So massaging there and just maybe giving shoulders a bit of a roll, helping open things up, and making sure you're doing both sides as well. Now, finishing with the points on the feet, just as a reminder, we've got Tai Chong, the point between the big toe and the first toe in the metatarsal space on the top of the foot there. So we're going to be massaging that one. And then Yong Chuan, which is the point just below the ball of the foot in that little hollow there. We'll be massaging that one at the end as well. So just starting with Tai Chong, the point on the top. Now, while we're working on this one, we just want to maybe just do like a bit of a body scan. So just scanning the whole body for any areas of tension or restriction that are impacting flow and circulation within the body. And we just want to sort of feel ourselves really relaxing and opening up as we work on that one. And then to finish up, we're coming to Yong Chuan on the sole of the foot. And the idea with this one is we want to get that feeling of all the activity from the day coming down, settling down into the soles of the feet. So everything coming out of the head, out of the chest, down into the soles of the feet and settling there. And so another variation of this routine is, rather than massaging these feet points, you could do a foot soak, where you have your feet preferably up to like just above your ankles, submerged in some hot warm water. You can add some Epsom salts or some magnesium salts. Magnesium will help the nervous system wind down, the muscles relax, open up the circulation. If you've got some essential oils that you like, or some Chinese herbs as well, you can add other things to help amplify that relaxation effect. But that's a really nice way to be working on these points passively. The warmth will help open things up, stimulate those points, and get things moving there. And while you're soaking, you can be working on the other points. So the points in the head and then the arms, while those feet points are just getting the work done to themselves. That's a really nice way to do it. You can also obviously use these points individually as needed. For example, the points on the arms are really handy to sort of access maybe during the day if you ran into a particularly stressful situation, or your breathing was feeling restricted, or you just felt like you needed something to help open up or relax or wind down or center yourself. You can massage these points and again bring your attention to your breathing. And these points, massaging these won't bring too much attention to you. If you were doing something funny with your head or taking your shoes off and massaging your feet, that might look a little bit strange, but these ones are a little bit more subtle. You can sort of just work those in as needed. But so that's it. Have a little play around with those, see what helps, and I really hope you find something useful to work into your toolkit. Obviously, mental health, anything with mental health, it's always really important to work with somebody who can tailor things specifically for you. So I always recommend working with a professional where possible. So if you're looking for some support through like acupuncture or Chinese medicine, you can check out my website, acupuncturegrove.com.au. There's contact information there if you have any questions. You can also book in online there if you want to just dive straight in. Otherwise, I really hope you enjoyed this video, got some value from it. And until next time, take care.